Okay, in this section we're going to go over the terminology you should have for selling eyeglasses. In order to speak intelligently about your product, terminology is important, not only so that your listing is correct, but so that you can answer questions because your buyer may know more about the product than you do. So, the more you can increase your vocabulary to describe the product and talk about it, the better. Buyers may send you questions, and you want to be able to know what they're talking about when they ask you a question. So let's just go over the anatomy of a pair of eyeglasses real quick. The rim is the outer part that holds the glass in place. However, there are rimless eyeglasses. You can see here there is no rim around the glass. It's actually held in place with a very thin wire, like a filament. So that's a great keyword to use if you find glasses like this is rimless. Then you've got half rim. Some glasses will have a top half rim. Those are usually prescription. The bottom half rim are usually readers, and I'll tell you how to tell the difference on that. Generally speaking, prescription frames are going to be heavier and more sturdy and durable than readers. Sometimes you might find a bottom half rim that's a prescription frame, but usually they're readers. Then you've got the lens, that's the part where the glass is installed. Then you've got the arm, or also called the temple. That's the part that extends from the lens along the side of the face to behind the ears. It's pretty much what holds the glasses on your face. The bridge is the part between the two lenses that connects them. And some glasses will have nose pads. They are little rubber pieces that keep the glasses from slipping off your nose. You'll see these on metal, wire, titanium frames. Heavy plastic frames don't usually have these, and when selling used eyeglasses, you may notice that these are really dirty and gross looking, and I have a solution for that, so that's coming up in the cleaning section. Then you've got the temple tips. This is could be rubber or plastic covering on the tip of the arm that goes behind the ear. Sometimes these come off and people replace them, or they could just be made onto the glasses. And then you've got the hinges, which is where the arms connect to the lenses that allow the glasses to fold up. Okay, understanding the numbers. Prescription eyeglasses usually have numbers on the inside of the arm. If they don't have the three numbers on the arm, they're probably readers, which are cheap and not worth reselling. Or they could just be old or really used and the numbers have worn off. But those numbers are kind of important when you're reselling. So if you see a cool pair of what look like prescription glasses, look for the three numbers. And just a side note, readers are available at the dollar store and other places for really cheap. They usually feel very light and cheap compared to an expensive pair of prescription glasses. So when you're going through these containers, buckets of used glasses at thrift stores or estate sales, you can usually immediately tell what are readers because they're very lightweight and cheaply made. Okay, the three numbers that you'll see on the inside of the arm. There could be a lot of different numbers, including style numbers, but for reselling purposes, you need to be able to figure out the measurement numbers. So here's a quick diagram on that. All of these numbers are in millimeters. You don't need to worry about converting them to inches or centimeters or anything like that. You're just going to list them exactly the way they are on the frame, just like in this photo, and you're going to put them in the title, the description, and also take a picture of them on the glasses. So the first number you'll see is around 50, and that is going to be the width of the lens, just like shown in this photo. The second number is in the teens, and it's the bridge width. So it's a much smaller number because it's measuring a much smaller place. So that's the width between the lenses. And the third number is usually in the hundreds, and it's the arm length, which goes all the way to the end part that goes behind the ear. Sometimes there's a little square in between the numbers and sometimes not. This does not mean anything. It's just how that particular manufacturer puts the numbers on the frame. So whether it does or doesn't have the square, it's really not anything to worry about. It doesn't mean like, oh, it's counterfeit if it doesn't have the square, or nothing like that. It's just how that manufacturer puts the numbers on there, so don't worry about that. Style numbers can be any of the other numbers. If you find a pair of glasses that have a style number, Google it with the brand name and you'll find out if it's a real style number or not. So in this case, these Ray-Ban glasses here, you can see the style number was RB5169. I Googled that and I found the pair of glasses I have. So it's really easy to find the style number, and then you'll get to see a picture of the item and you can verify, yeah, that's what I've got. So this is actually the listing that's sold today, and you can see I put in my title there RB5169 because people are going to search by style number if they want a second pair, or you know, theirs is lost or damaged or whatever the situation is. They're going to search by style number because they know exactly what they want. So that's really important if it's on there. If it's not on there, don't spend hours and hours trying to find it. It's not that important. So do a Google search to try to verify that the style number matches the item that you have and in the picture that it looks the same. So you're going to put these numbers in the title, item specifics, and the description area. And I've got a whole section coming up on how to write your listing. Okay, these measurements are not optional, like if you're selling clothing. People are not likely to buy prescription frames without knowing the measurements. It's like trying to buy a pair of shoes with no size. And it's not going to take you any time to include them because it's already on the glasses. You don't have to measure them yourself. People are going to compare measurements to their existing frames. They want them to fit. They don't want to return them. So this is really important that you include these specific numbers in your listings.